Hello friends, the Albea was equipped with gasoline engines of 1.2 liters, 60 or 80 horsepower, 1.4 liters, 77 horsepower, and 1.6 liters, 103 horsepower, as well as one turbo diesel, 1.3 liters, and 70 horsepower. After restyling, the 1.6 liter unit was excluded from the line. The Fiat was equipped with only one engine with a capacity of 1.4 liters and 77 horsepower. The timing drive here is a belt drive with a recommended replacement interval of 60,000 kilometers. In garage conditions, updating the timing without a special tool, conductor, is not easy. The valve clearance is adjusted using washers, but there is no need for this up to 150,000 kilometers. In the segment of 100 to 200,000 kilometers, the engine mounts, the Bendix, and the starter retractor relay are exhausted, and the expansion tank bursts. In addition, the thermostat, pump, radiator, and fuel pump may fail. The exhaust system will also require attention. It rots and burns out. The need for an overhaul of the engine arises infrequently, and even then, after 300 to 350,000 kilometers. But an increase in oil consumption after 200,000 kilometers is a more common phenomenon. To moderate the appetite, it will help to replace the valve stem seals. In some cases, it is necessary to change the piston rings. Torque from the engine is transmitted to the front axle through a 5-speed manual gearbox. The clutch will last up to 150 to 200,000 kilometers. The release bearing may make noise earlier, even with a run of 50 to 100,000 kilometers. After 150 to 250,000 kilometers, wear of the gear selection mechanism and external CV joints occurs. After a while, some owners are faced with wear on the differential bearings. A hum appears. The front axle uses the traditional McPherson strut scheme, and the rear uses trailing arms combined with a torsion beam. Unfortunately, the Albea has mediocre ride quality and not a strong enough front suspension. Silent blocks and ball bearings of the front levers are already handed over after 50 to 100,000 kilometers. A little later, you have to change the front shock absorbers and their supports. The rear racks serve more than 150 to 200,000 kilometers. By this time, the rear springs sag or burst. The front springs are more durable. The most durable suspension elements are the rear beam silent blocks. After 150 to 200,000 kilometers, the power steering pump and the steering rack sometimes begin to leak. The Fiat body is well protected from corrosion. At least there are no complaints from the owners. Blisters of paint can be found on the roof in places of chips. Here, the metal, unlike the rest of the body elements, is not galvanized. In winter, owners often find antifreeze under the driver's mat. A leak occurs at the junction of the tubes with the stove radiator. It is necessary to replace the penny sealing rings. Sometimes the thermal fuse of the heater fan resistor fails. Less often, the fan itself. By 100,000 kilometers, the ignition lock mechanism wears out. It sticks or jams. The Fiat Albea is a cheap and spacious car. Minor malfunctions, although they occur quite often, are easily eliminated due to the simple design. Original parts are very expensive, so it is better to use substitutes, which, moreover, often turn out to be even more enduring. In combination with a relatively low cost, the sedan fully justifies the concept of a budget family car. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.